All right, good morning, everyone. How is everyone today? My son has a children's book that I reference quite often because that's how I greet the team. Good morning, how are you today? And then in the book it says, are you quite all right or only okay? And so that's just my natural. So there you go, it's your little hero for the morning. Thank you all for joining me. Daisy's on vacation for about 3 weeks. She has family in Hawaii, and so she's gone to spend time with her sister, which is very exciting, very well earned and deserved. And so I'm doing 2 coffees with the GM this month to help offset not having the Saturday morning ones. So a little different style than my normal ones, because it's not going to be necessarily like a State of the Union, if you will, but as always, available for questions and yeah, rumors, etc. You never know. And I have Leslie with me. Pardon? Yes. Yeah, she's good at that. She plants them and then we see how far they go. For those of you who don't know, Leslie is our Director of Food and Beverage. She was recently promoted, which is very exciting. We love to see growth within the company. And very excited to have her join me today. All right, so first we are going to start with a big thank you to our members. You may have noticed for the month of August, there was a big old pile of sneakers out in the grand living room. And so all of Blue Star had partnered with an organization called Sneaker Impact. And so each property was collecting shoes that got sent to this company. And us locally, we collected 130 pairs, which is pretty great. Daisy had the honor and privilege of counting every pair and then shipping them off. But I did a little bit more research on the company and I wanted to just share it with you now that we're at the other end of it to see where that impact has gone. So this organization is pretty cool. If you have shoes laying around that you weren't able to donate, they can send you a bag that's pre-shipping label and everything. So this can be something you can give back to ongoing. It's not just a 1-month thing. So if you ever feel like you want to contribute again, the option is there. You just go on their website and it's all very easy. I did it myself. So with Sneaker Impact, their mission statement is twofold. The first is to lower the landfill quantities and the waste impact because most tennis shoes just go in the garbage. And then they're just in our landfills. And so what this company does is they take them and then they upcycle them and then give them to small community stores, basically, then allow them to sell them at a lower price to community members. So it has a couple of different impacts there is kids and adults, most of our adult size here, but they take all sizes. So people from lower income families are able to purchase new shoes, because they're all redone and made pretty at a much lower cost than you would get a pair of Nikes at Nordstrom, for example. And then it also provides jobs for people. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'll admit I didn't do that much research on them prior to it, but when I was reading Daisy's news posts, I wanted to learn more. So thank you to everyone who brought shoes, and if you feel so inclined, if you have others laying around, you can just reach out to the company. They'll send you a bag and you can keep contributing. So thank you. Next up, we have Good Neighbor Month. So this chair is just annoying me. I feel like I'm gonna trip on it. There, be gone. So every month at Trilogy Communities, we have a theme that's at every property, and this month's theme is Good Neighbor Month. So we'll have a couple of different activation opportunities. We'll be doing a food drive later in the month for the Bonnie Lake Food Bank. That's an annual tradition that we have. Last year, Jack Keys, he works with them, and so he volunteered to actually take all of the food, which I was very thankful for and appreciative, and we filled up his entire car with donations. So that's pretty cool. And then we also will be doing Good Neighbor Grams again. So our Good Neighbor Grams, you can purchase one from the concierge desk or email me if you're interested. We're doing Theo's chocolate, which is local in Fremont, is where they're made. You can purchase one of those, or we'll also have wine available. So you can send a Good Neighbor Gram to a friend, to a neighbor. We ask that it is within our Trilogy Tahale community. And then they will get delivered on Good Neighbor Day, which is September 28th, which is very exciting. That'll be one of Daisy's first things when she gets back. Say, here you go, go drive. Yeah, have fun. And then we also have the Be a Good Neighbor Nominate a Neighbor that we're doing. You'll see in the grand living room, there's a box there with some postcards. You can nominate somebody that you feel like has been a good neighbor for you. You can interpret that as you wish. And then they'll get entered into a drawing that will take place where's my notes? On September 30th during Coffee Talk. So when Daisy returns, she'll do a drawing, and then that person will win a fun little prize. So those are our activations for Good Neighbor Month this month. So an event review, we hosted karaoke night this past week. It was our second karaoke event that we've done. I talked to a couple people who went. Sounds like there were a lot of sad songs. And so we were joking that next time we do it, it's gonna be the Happier Happy Times karaoke, just try and keep it a little bit more upbeat. But we will be partnering with this karaoke DJ. Again, our goal is to do this once a quarter. So it's a fun opportunity. You can see some pictures here. The YMCA is always a hit. That's this one. Everyone, I guess, got up and was singing and dancing. We had a great group of ladies perform. John McLeod got up and rocked it, I heard. But good times had by all. And fun tradition we're starting. So I'm going to turn it over to our food and beverage director, sorry, it's okay. To go over our new happy hour menu for the month.
Perfect. So we just 2 days ago, it's Friday, so 2 days ago rolled out the September happy hour menu. That one was a hit on Wednesday. So the stuffed mushrooms, everybody always raves about those and loves those. We also have California rolls, a bruschetta, and then a warm spinach and artichoke dip. And then the usual suspect, which is the beef slider duo. So that one is kind of one that we always have to have there. So if you're coming in looking for something a little bit more towards the dinner side of things, you get two of those, and members love those. So Wednesday was definitely hopping in the grand living room. If you haven't been in for happy hour recently, we have the ability now to serve alcohol out on the grand living room patio. So you'll see when you come in on a Wednesday, and a Wednesday only for now, where we have kind of stanchions roped off. So the top part of that patio that's covered, so if it's raining out, you're still right in front of that beautiful fireplace with a lake view. You can sit there, enjoy a cocktail, eat some food, and chit chat with your neighbors and have a great time. So if you haven't come in for happy hour recently, we'd love to see you.
And I have to give Robert a shout out because our stanchions that we have, the liquor board says they have to be 42 inches tall in order to be considered a temporary barrier. Don't understand why that matters because it's not like a stanchion's preventing anyone from doing anything anyways, but that's okay. Our stanchions were around 41 inches. Because I was like, oh my gosh, we own these. We can do this. Members are always asking, we can make the magic happen. What a success. And then they were an inch short. I was like, great. So Robert had the great idea of removing, we have these orange cones that have these black bases to them. He pulled the cones off, put the bases underneath. And if you tilt the measuring tape just a smooch, they're 42. So thank you to Robert for that problem solution for me. I was so excited and then so disappointed and then very excited again. So yes, I know. It was a roller coaster. So I was like, oh my gosh, members want this. We're going to do something. This is so exciting. And then crap. And then Robert saved the day as he tends to. So thank you to Robert. for that. But yeah, so you'll see those on Wednesdays.
Perfect. We're just knocking me out all at once. Next week, starting Thursday, we start Restaurant Week. So this is something we do once a year. And what Restaurant Week is we showcase a 3-course meal in the mantle, and that you get to choose between 2 different appetizers, or 2 different starters, I'll say, 2 entrees, and then 2 desserts. This year, you get to choose to start with. You can either do our lobster bisque and or a lamb lollipop. That lamb lollipop is getting paired with a mint pesto. And yes, it is okay to pick up the lollipop by the bone and eat it like this instead of using a knife and fork, because that's how I enjoy it. For your main entree, you can choose between a roasted, an herb roasted chicken leg going with a mushroom risotto, or you can go for a filet au poivre. Au poivre, fancy word for peppercorn sauce. It happens. And then dessert, molten lava cake. Yep. And or a pear tartlet. And that one's going to come with some ice cream on it. So personally, I would have my significant other get the pear tartlet. I would get the molten lava, and then I would take the ice cream from theirs and put it on mine, because that's how I like to roll. But that's going to be served Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. I don't want to put my glasses on. The 14th through the 17th. And then if you do come in, you are also more than welcome to order off our regular menu. So we're not just doing that menu. And then Catherine, our amazing wine steward, has paired up 3 delicious wines to go along with that. So if you want to add a wine flight to that meal, you're more than welcome to.
And as it is Restaurant Week, we will not have weekly specials next week, right? So that is the special for the week.
Yeah,
it is very special.
Yeah.
And again, just to reiterate, the full menu will be available as well.
Yes.
And we'd love to see you, so be sure to come on out. Thanks, Leslie.
Yeah.
So food and beverage departmental update for everyone. Lots of questions about our executive chef position. As many of you have heard me talk about, it's not an easy position to fill, because an executive chef a lot of times is very stereotypical, angry. That was my demonstration for the day. My professionalism is going downhill quickly. But daily. It's great. I really hope Blue Star watches this. But you can't be like that here. You have to be able to have communication. You have to be able to interact with members. We want to make sure that you're basically a good human. It sounds silly, but I'm very protective of our membership as well as our team. And so I want to make sure that that person that we bring in is the right fit, not only for us as a leadership team, but also for our culinary team and our membership. So we did have one candidate that we were very excited about. That opportunity unfortunately did not pan out as we were hoping. However, we had another great interview this week that we are passing along to the next round of interviews, which will be with our executive leadership team, Steve Rosa, who is our Vice President of Food and Beverage, and then Joel, who's our Regional VP as well. So we're hopeful that we found the right connection. I spent probably 45 minutes with him just conversating, which is what it's all about. I don't really even preview a resume before I meet, because I figure if it's coming to me, that job has already been done. And so I'm really looking for that integrity. Are you a good person? I want to get a feel for you. One question that I always ask is, what brings you joy? Because I think that's a very telling opportunity for people. You know, like, what brings you joy? Like, what kind of things fill your cup? And he was a pleasure to chat with. So hopeful. Scott met with him. Scott really liked him. Mike met with him, really liked him. So we've gotten some of our back of house culinary team members involved as well, which is good. So fingers crossed.
So are they screening like corporate, like when they send their resume?
We screen first.
We screen
It
first.
starts with us.
Perfect.
If we don't think that they're going to be a fit, they don't go on.
Yeah. And then we also have, it's like a talent questionnaire.
Kind of aptitude
Yeah,
test.
kind of aptitude test. And so there's a certain percentage where if you don't hit that, then it's considered not recommended hire. I've hired people that have not hit that threshold that I've advocated for who have been amazing assets to our team. Because sometimes you just misinterpret a question and then I have a conversation with you. I'm like, oh no, that's just a silly question and answer thing. So that's not the end all be all. But he had pretty good scores. So that's good.
So I guess Gordon Ramsay could get a job here.
Probably not. Yeah, we don't want that vibe. We definitely are on the more empathetic side of things in our establishment and in our kitchen. But so we hope that we'll have exciting news to share soon to come. Sure.
I just want to give Leslie credit because I've been here for almost 10 years and I've seen the growth of the restaurant. And I've seen a lot of growth in the last few years since Leslie's been here. And, you know, kudos to her because they become a wonderful chef and they can support the restaurant, not an executive chef.
Yeah.
And thank you, Leslie.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's definitely been the amount of times that people have asked me, well, who's cooking? You don't have a chef. And I'm like, all of the existing team members that we have. What do you mean who's cooking? There's a lot of people and parts that it takes to make a successful production. So we've been very lucky. Scott has stepped up. He's our sous chef. He's been doing our cooking demos and our cooking universities. We've had Mike, who's one of our leads, step up and help with our ordering and our inventory process. So that definitely is a good testament to the team that Dino created that we have set up for success as well.
That's a mystery.
Pardon?
You sound a mystery.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there will be turbulence. There always is. But I have the utmost confidence in our team. And if something is not correct, I trust us that we'll fix it. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
That's why we're not really important. We don't need the whole rest of the team.
Yeah, we don't need our whole team to leave. Yes, it's a team effort, not.
We want to throw away the Canadian notes that are quite right.
Yeah,
Correct.
Exactly.
Like being the time.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'll take that. It's fine. So that's our food and beverage update there. Moving into lifestyle, we have a couple of fun events coming up. Just because our lifestyle coordinator is on vacation doesn't mean the fun stops. So another good example of teamwork is Chris, our concierge, will be hosting this event. He picked the movie, and he will be here as your Blue Star representative for the event. So it's fun to see him. He volunteered to step up and help out, which is great. And I'm sure those of you who know Chris are not surprised by that. So you're welcome to come hang out with Chris. This is going to be September 16th at 6 p.m. in this room here. Daisy's done a great job of doing themed snacks and non-alcoholic mocktails always set up. So that theme will continue. Registration's available now for this.
What day is September 16th?
I think it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday because the Hawks Club is Sunday.
Cool. Sunday. It's a Saturday.
Monoghan works.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah. It's a Saturday. And then it's Hawks season. Happy Blue Friday. It's happening. All my lifestyle energy is just coming back from those 4 shots are working. So our Hawks fan club, the other word is trademarked, but we all know what we're talking about. They meet during game days in this room. We do ask that you register if you want to attend so that we know how many chairs to set up, etc. And then once a year, they do a partnership with the food and beverage team. And this year, they've selected Sunday the 17th, and we'll be doing a brunch. The menu includes bacon and sausage breakfast sandwiches, corned beef, potatoes O'Brien, assorted pastries, and then we'll also have happier hour pricing for beverages if you wish to purchase a beverage. So registration is available, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Go Hawks. I'm excited. I can't believe it's already here. My son's wearing it says tiny but cute shirt, and it's a Seahawks one, and so he's in the mood for Blue Friday. I am not, but that's okay. I'm going to turn it back over to Leslie to share about this event that she's hosting.
Yeah, Thursday, September 21st, I am taking a group of members to the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium in Tacoma. If you don't know, and if you haven't had the chance to talk to me about Tacoma, I've moved to Tacoma before my first birthday, so I like to say I'm from Tacoma. I'm a huge fan. I think Tacoma is gorgeous. Yeah, it's got a couple neighborhoods that we just don't go to, but the waterfront, Point Defiance, the amount of things that there are to do in Tacoma brings me, as Paula would say, brings me joy to talk about. So while Daisy's gone, I get the opportunity to take some members to Point Defiance. We're going to walk around the zoo, possibly walk around the Dahlia Garden. That's below the zoo. There's also a huge rose garden. I was just there the other day. Roses are starting to go. You know, it's getting rainy and windy. The dahlias, there are dahlias that are bigger than my head. They're huge. They're gorgeous. And then once we get done with that, we're going to head down to Point Reston and grab some lunch. I'm thinking Forelli's. It has pizza, burgers, a little bit of everything. And then, if you don't know, I love ice cream. Mm-hmm. So Ice Cream Social is just hop, skip, and a jump away, and we're going to go grab some ice cream. If you're like me, you're going to get the single scoop, but as a split. So you get 2 flavors for 1 scoop. You can also get 2 scoops and get 3 flavors. It's amazing. So that is going to be Thursday the 21st. I do believe that there's still registration still open for that. I think there's a couple of spots. So if you want to come hang out with me, I'm a little bit more of a goofball when I'm not at work. So we'll go around, take a look at some animals, see some nature, and yes, Sandy, I am a goofball here too, but only sometimes. Yeah, we're going to go hang out in Tacoma, and I'm going to show you kind of part of my neighborhood and what I love to do in my off time.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Leslie.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest is September 26th. This is an annual tradition that we do here. I pulled some pictures from last year's event. It was Mary Greenwood's birthday, so the Mantle team had the idea of surprising her with a special dessert, and the Happy Hanses, another member's birthday too, we had 2. The Happy Hanses sang happy birthday, and so it was a fun, special moment we were able to provide. So you can see her there with her dessert. The Happy Hanses are really fun. They just put on a great show. They bring printouts of different songs, so there's opportunities to join in on the sing-alongs. It's not a requirement to attend, but it's a fun thing. They always do the chicken dance, which usually gets almost everyone up and out of their chair dancing. I've been known to join in. If you've been to an event with me, I don't usually sit still, which I'm sure is hard to believe. So that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. It's always a good time. I am very excited about this event. So a good amount of the feedback that we hear across the portfolio on our member satisfaction survey is we have a lot of alcohol-centered events. We do. We have Trilogy Loves Wine Week, we do Bourbon Week, we have Craft Beer Week. There's a lot. And that has its place for most of members, but we also wanted to provide an opportunity for those who don't wish to partake. People have been asking, we want a paired menu, but we don't want the wine. Can we just come and pay for the food? It makes the flow a little hard operationally for that. So this is something I've been challenging the team for a little bit now to activate, and I'm very excited that we have it to offer to our membership. So our culinary team worked with Christopher, who created some craft mocktails, which is pretty cool. The menu is really good in my opinion. I was there when Mike was thinking of it. I was like, yeah, I think we should probably do a sample of all of that so that I can make sure I put my stamp of approval, right? But, you know, I didn't get a sample, but I can imagine. So our first, perfect. So our first course is going to be a roasted beet salad with blackberry vinaigrette. I know, anything with roasted beets, I'm like, And that one will be paired with a blackberry lavender lemonade that Christopher has created. Next up, we will have Cornish game hen with brown butter gnocchi and wild mushroom crispy sage. We'll have a gluten-free option available for that, so just let us know if you would like that. And that's going to be paired with an herb Collins, which is herb syrup, sour mix, soda, and fresh lemon. Sounds refreshing and delightful. And then the third course is pumpkin cheesecake with cinnamon whip. Yum. And this is my favorite option for the beverage that he did. It's a chai spiced cider. So it'll be a hot cider with a chai infusion to it. If you know Christopher, that man enjoys muddling and fusing and smoking things. And
I think he wakes up in the morning thinking
Yes.
about cocktails, not about like hitting one and drinking before work or anything, but like he literally enjoys in his brain putting together different flavors.
Mhm.
And I think he wakes up thinking about it. I think he drives to work thinking about it. I think he goes home thinking about it and falls asleep thinking about alcohol. Like,
And he practices it.
yes.
yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he practices on all of you.
hmm So we're very excited about this. I'm very proud of the team for completing this challenge that I put ahead of them. We posted it last night. It's already 4 people registered for it, which is great. So if this is of interest to you, please join us. It'll be fun. It's going to be a delicious menu and a fun evening. And we hope to do more offerings like this on Tuesdays where it is a non-alcoholic pairing and other opportunities. So that's exciting. All right, my turn. So it's always my turn. So during the summer months, I did what I'm calling walks with the GM and neighborhood activations. So I have set a mission for myself to be more available to membership and to connect with different members and to provide opportunities to be more accessible. And so one idea that I had was there's a lot of members who don't make it down to the club for various reasons. And so during the summer months, I activated lemonade stands in the community. A lot of members don't come to the club due to mobility issues. And so I said, no problem, I'll bring the hospitality to you. So I set up on different corners throughout the summer. And it was really great. Leslie joined me for a couple. I met people I've never met before who've lived here for many years, which was great. But the other rewarding part of it was seeing members connect. So people who hadn't met each other, which is the whole point of hospitality, is provide opportunities for connection. So that was really great. And I had people asking if I was going to continue it through the fall and winter. I said, well, sure, why not? I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I'm not scared of rain. I stood up there in the sun, sweating and complaining internally because I don't do well in heat, but I love fall. So I have activated walks for the fall. There's a map on MTL with the different dates that it is. So I'm trying to hit as much of the community as I can. You can interlope into other communities. It's not just restricted to the neighborhood that you're in. That's actually been one of the ways that people have been able to meet other people, is because people are crossing that neighborhood border. Watch out. But through that, I had this idea because I don't know where it went. Well, the show will go on. I kept joking when people would be like, oh, I'm from Shuckson, and people from Rainier would be like, what are you doing all over here? I would joke, oh, do you have your passport with you? Right? So what I've done is I've created a passport stamp card. And so I know, see, a theme. I love a theme. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Loves a theme.
I love a theme. And so at each walk, there's a fall leaf, this theme, on the passports. I don't know where my piece of paper
Now I
went.
know why you're drinking pumpkin spice today.
Yes. But I will sign each one that you do. And then if you participate in at least 3 of them, you will get entered into a drawing to win a $25 gift card to the club. So there's some incentive there. If my charming wit isn't enough to come and join me, there is the opportunity to win that club gift card. The gift card is what we call an all-access gift card. So you can use it towards the restaurant. You can purchase training. You can do fitness. You can apply it towards your member statement. So it's anything that we do in the club, it can get applied for. So very excited about that. These opportunities have given me great conversation with members, sometimes difficult conversation. It's not always easy to hear direct feedback, but if I'm not out there hearing it, what good am I doing, right? And so I've also been reaching out to different parts of membership to invite them to the club, to sit with them, to listen. and try and re-engage those relationships so we can make this the best experience for our membership. So that's what it's all about. I can't do all of the things, unfortunately, but I can always listen and provide feedback as well. So excited to be carrying these on. There's maps available on the credenza, as well as the cute little fall passport cards that I dropped right out there. So those are available. On that credenza, you'll also find the club events highlights. So this is our calendar of social events that we have for the month of September. Jason Kamada, our previous general manager, actually sent this to me because they use this cute little picture of me for all of the properties. So everyone across the portfolio who did their September calendar has my face. And so he texted it to me. He's like, "Why are you following me everywhere I go?" And then I said, "Because I'm always watching, always watching." So these are available on the credenza as well. Gives you a nice little snapshot of what's going on. These are some pictures from the summer activations that we did. Great turnout. I had 18 members on the last walk that I did, which was great. In the last lemonade stand we did,
I think total 25 to 30 members.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah, had
At
good
any
turnout.
given time, there were close to 20 members chit-chatting, hanging out, drinking
Lots of
lemonade.
cute dogs.
Yeah,
Lots of cute dogs. Very cute.
Can I bring my dog?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I just ask if you bring a dog, we'll be on the trail, so we're not on club property. Just make sure that your dog's on leash, because just because your dog is nice doesn't mean other dogs don't interact well. So I have a dog who personally does not socialize well with others, and so I'm always appreciative when people have their dogs on leash because it doesn't put me in a situation. So as long as your dog's leashed and you pick up any messes, dogs are welcome on the walks. Any questions?
I have a request.
Yes.
So, and that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm expecting. And I was wondering if you can make like Thanksgiving specials that week for the dinner, or consider it, you know, so that people.
It's an
who
interesting
don't
idea.
go to the stage or-
Yeah, we can, I will definitely, we will,
And still kind of commit for Thanksgiving.
yeah, I love that idea. We will have a new chef by then. Power of positive thinking.
Yes. We will.
And so I will definitely talk to the chef about that. Yeah, it may not be turkey and stuffing and all the fixins, but definitely something along the lines of a Thanksgiving themed.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, Georgia.
And then people can come in Friday, Saturday, and have their own thing.
Mhm.
Instead of a big buffet with them.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I committed Thanksgiving all week.
A week, yes.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I actually love Thanksgiving.
It's my favorite meal to cook.
Right, and then it would make up for people who can't get in or have other plans or whatever.
Other opportunities to engage, for sure.
Yeah.
I found my
think we should
passport.
have a non-alcoholic-
Sorry, you're good. I'm just really excited because I found
we
it.
should have a non-alcoholic Valentine's Club. You know, we got the wine or the non.
Mm-hmm.
People serve pickles. Exactly.
Yeah, barrels of pickles
pickles.
and barrels of root beer.
Root beer sounds good.
Yeah, one event that I've been tossing around with, so I've been tossing around with Daisy is, it sounds silly, but like Joan Soda, doing just a complimentary thing where we just have like various Joan Soda, because at Thanksgiving they do turkey and stuffing flavor. They do traditional flavors. They have like a cola, they have a lemon lime, but then they have these like really off the wall things too, and so that's a fun opportunity for us to do something that's non-alcoholic too.
I actually really don't drink, but I come to the wine dinners because I like to see other people get drunk. And they're a hoot to be around,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, sometimes, yeah, gets loud.
I do.
Yes.
There's a
Two times it's been closed a lot this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have special events there,
Mhm.
does it have to close at 2:30?
So when we have special events, it takes about an hour for the pool floor to get up and dried. So that's at least an hour. And then depending on the event setup, it takes a decent amount of time for the team to get tables and chairs and linen and for the system to start working the way we need it to. So we I think people think a lot of times I'm very willy-nilly about how often I do things in Two Tides. I'm not. I know it's a big impact on our membership. I know it's hard on the members when the pool's not available. We only book about 3 weddings a year. Next year, I don't have any on the books. And I've removed ourselves from our, there's a website called The Knot, which is a wedding website. I've pulled us off of there. And so trying to be mindful with the scheduling of large events to try and limit the amount of impact.
Even if you close it at 4 instead of 2:30, at least give us some time to swim in the afternoon.
Yeah, but yes, I hear you, but if an event starts at 6, there's no way I can get.
We need more than, between the pool floor coming out and drying and then the team setting up for that event, we need more than a 2-hour window. So.
But we try and be as mindful as possible with it.
Well, thank
Yes.
you.
Is your stamp silver?
Is my stamp silver?
Yeah. It's right here by the.
Oh, no, I think that's trash.
Oh, all right, I saw that.
Yeah. And I lied, it's not fall leaves. It's people walking, but there's fall leaves on it. So it's still a theme.
What is your stamp?
I just sign it. Yeah. I thought
She
about
doesn't
it.
want anyone else going to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and getting a matching stamp.
Yeah, because what's to say you're not going to honesty and integrity. What other questions? Yes, Gordon.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. I'd like to thank you and the staff for just doing a superb job.
Thank you.
Everything here. And
Thank you.
In support of the club, and I have to believe. By the way, we did raise $4,000, actually over $4,000 for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
It's awesome.
That's great.
In August. So thank you and your whole team in support of that. And we are having a big event next week, as you know. So thank you for all you're doing.
Of course. We're happy to help and happy to facilitate. I'm recording it, I hope. But Gordon was sharing that the Pickleball Club tournament was able to raise over $4,000 for the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. Yes. So thank you to everyone who participated in that. Okay. Well, I always hang out. So I will hang out for a little bit if you have a question or something that you didn't necessarily want to bring up in front of everyone. And just a reminder that our door is always open, even if it's not physically open, because sometimes there's ping pong and water volleyball happening at the same time, and it gets a little hard to concentrate. So even if the door is not physically open, it is always metaphorically open. I'm here, like I said, I don't have a magic wand. There's a lot of things I can't fix or can't control, but I can always listen and be available. So thank you all for coming. We'll hope to see you again soon, and let me know if you need anything.
Thank you so much.